Now, everybody keeps saying airport delays are just part of travel. No, this ain't travel. This is what happens when people in power play games and regular Americans get stuck in lines for it. And the craziest part, man, the same people causing the problem are making sure they still get paid.
We saw in the last Democrat-led shutdown, longest ever, 43 days, we saw an anonymous donor come in and do about $130 million to make sure that our troops were paid. There was a provision that allowed for that now. I think what we're looking at now is what provisions allow for things like this to happen in the Department of Homeland Security. I appreciate the patriotism, because what he's saying is these men and women are coming to work to keep us safe. We saw...
Pause that real quick. Now, we already know about Elon stepping in, but you know what I mean? You just got to think about it. You got a private citizen now stepping up saying, I'll take care of the workers. Not because he has to, but because somebody clearly isn't. And I want you to notice something subtle. Yeah, something subtle here. Nobody asks why a billionaire even has to say that in the first place. That's like your neighbor paying your electric bill while the power company still sends the invoices. That don't feel off to you? Just saying. But here's where it shifts from that's interesting to nah, there's something really going on here. Don't worry. I'll go ahead and break this down this way. It says, let me read it up here. Mayor Andre Dickens issued statement on federal presence at Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport. Atlanta Mayor Andre Dickens issued the following statement regarding a planned federal presence at Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport. Quote, "We have been informed that federal personnel from Homeland Security Investigations, HSI, and U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement enforcement and removal operations will be deployed to Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport beginning tomorrow morning." Well, so now we got ICE being deployed at airports. Not for headlines, not for optics, but because things are starting to break down in real time. Lines are getting thick. Them things is some Lizzo right now. Workers not showing up. People are missing flights. And instead of fixing the root problem, we're watching a backup plan get rolled out like this was expected. Like somebody knew it was going to get this bad. And if you think it's just talk, nah. Let me continue to show you what it looks like on the ground. Man, that line is thick. Now, I'm going to go ahead and pause right there. Y'all just listening to white noise at this point. But no narration, no spin, no politics, just people standing, waiting, watching the time just disappear. Come on, Democrats. That right there, that's what policy looks like when it hits in real life. Again, not a debate, not a headline. That's somebody missing a flight that they paid for because somebody else couldn't do their job. And if you think that's the worst of it, listen to what they are already warning about. They saying this is about to happen next, y'all. Pete.
I think as we look forward to Friday, that's when the next paycheck should come. And if this Homeland Security funding isn't resolved, I think you're going to see more TSA agents as we come to Thursday, Friday, Saturday of next week. They're going to quit or they're not going to show up. A lot of the starting salaries at TSA, they're right around $50,000. So if you live in, one of the big cities of America, LA or New York or Miami, it's hard for these individuals already to make their ends meet, but without getting paychecks, it's even that much more challenging. And so they're going to take other jobs to put food on the table and pay the rent. So I do think it's going to get much worse. And as it gets worse, I think that puts pressure on the Congress to come to a resolution. Democrats have to say, you know what? We're not going to defund this. We're going to actually work together, have some common sense reform that the president will work with us on. And, let's get America working again. And the last thing you want as you travel is to deal with political fights at the airport. Let that stay in Congress, but don't extract pain out of me and my family as I'm trying to just go to Florida and get some sun on my bones during spring break with my kids.
Yeah, that's the part nobody wants to say out loud. It's not just bad. It's about to get worse because there's only so long people are going to show up to work without getting paid. At some point, reality is going to kick in. Oh, I just punched. I said, ow, like it hurt too. Wow. Did too much. Yeah, man. But like I said, at some point, it's going to kick in. And when it does, it's not about politicians, because they're not going to be the ones feeling it first. It's going to be you. Standing in the same line, looking at your watch, hoping your flight don't leave without you. Man, that's the worst feeling in the world, by the way, y'all. I remember the first time I missed a flight was last year when I was headed to my niece's funeral. And thank you guys, by the way, for making it such a beautiful send-off. This had nothing to do with this, but yeah, I missed my flight. Horrible feeling. So I can only imagine. Now, here's where it stops being frustrating, and let's just say it starts getting disrespectful.
Democrat members of the United States Senate, these are our fellow citizens. These are patriotic people who made the decision to serve our federal government, and you are torturing them. Meanwhile, every Democrat senator who voted to start this shutdown is getting paid. Now, the average salary of a TSA agent is around $50,000, Mr. President. U.S. senators make $174,000. And while the folks at TSA are working-class Americans fighting every day to live their dreams, the average net worth for a Democrat in the Senate is nearly $3 million. I'm not here to shame those who have worked hard and been successful in life. I've worked my butt off during my life, and I've been very successful. And I don't apologize for a second. But in addition to donating my entire Senate salary every year, I'm also not the one sitting here today denying a paycheck to the more than 260,000 hardworking Americans at DHS. The last time the Democrats shut down the government and hurt our federal workers, one of my colleagues on the left said that he couldn't go without his Senate paycheck because he has a mortgage to pay. What the hell do you think the hardworking people at DHS have to do? They have bills to pay. They have mortgages. They have to pay the rent. They have to buy groceries. It makes you sick. It makes you sick to hear a member of the United States Senate who voted to not pay people say something so insulting. Imagine how it makes someone at TSA feel to hear that. A U.S. senator needs to get his paycheck to pay his mortgage, but if you're at DHS, good luck. I think that's disgusting.
Now, let me simplify all that real quick. People working security, keeping everything moving, by the way, they're the ones going without pay. The people arguing about it still getting theirs. No delays, no missed checks, no standing in line, wondering how bills are getting paid. And you're supposed to believe this is just how things go. Nah, because when someone tried to fix that part, this is what happened.
The resolution be agreed to, and the motion to reconsider be considered made and laid upon the table.
Is there an objection? The objection is heard.
With respect, I want to give my colleague, Senator Schatz, more time. As he objected and left the chamber, is he coming back? Well, wait, just one second. I mean, is he
quick question?
Is he ill? What should I do, Mr. President? Should I give him more time, or?
Mr. President, point of order. Is it appropriate for someone not to be recognized to just say, I object and run out? The senator's not been recognized. The senator had the floor, the senator from Louisiana, who's made a proposal, and then I heard some noise in the background, and that was it. But I never heard a senator being recognized, so it sounds to me that no one has been recognized to object.
Could we get a ruling, Mr. President? I don't want to be unfair to anybody. My Democratic colleagues, I told them ahead of time
An objection was raised and an objection was heard.
So should we give Senator Schatz more time to come back, or? Should we give him more time to come back and explain? Wait, I see the parliamentarian giving us.
Holy smokes, a Democrat just blocked Senator John Kennedy's resolution that would stop Senator Paychecks during the government shutdown, and he ran out of the chamber. I object, runs away. Yeah. So, did you catch that? Objected and left. Didn't explain it, didn't stand on it, didn't defend it, just no, and walked out. That's not confusion. That's not complexity. That's a decision. And when you line all of this up, the chaos, the delays, the warnings, the paycheck, you start to realize something simple. This didn't just happen. And look, I'm not going to sit here and act like everything is simple or that every decision in Washington is black and white. It's not. But some things don't need a breakdown. Some things just feel. You feel it when you're standing in the line watching the clock move faster than the line does. You feel it when people show up to work, do exactly what they were supposed to do, and still don't get paid for it. No compensation. They don't even know when they're getting paid. You feel it when the solutions start coming from outside the system instead of the people we were told were responsible for it. That's not normal. And I think that's the part people are starting to wake up to. It's not just about delays. It's not about just, shutdown, about a shutdown. It's not even just about who's right or wrong. It's about what happens when the people making decisions don't feel the weight of those decisions. Because when there's no pressure on them, the pressure lands on us, on you, on your time, your plans, your family, your money. And the scariest part, this kind of thing doesn't start out loud. It starts like this. Excuse me. Small inconveniences, temporary problems, things you're told will pass until one day you realize the people who were supposed to fix it got used to it. And if they can get used to it, they'll keep just letting it happen. So no, it isn't just about airports. It's about accountability. And about whether the people making the rules ever have to live by the consequences of them. And right now, from where I'm sitting, it don't look like it do. So, if you made it to the end of this video, I want you to write, still waiting. Yep, still waiting. Y'all be safe. Go check on somebody today. You can quite literally be saving their life. Peace.